Hey guys, Asal here, and today we are going to be doing a weapon review of the JS2 PDW from the Engineer class. Now this weapon review comes from a request through Twitter from a guy named J. So guys, if you do want to see a weapon reviewed on this channel, be sure to get in touch with me, be that with a comment through Facebook, Twitter, or what have you. I'll get the message with whatever method you decide to use. So go ahead right now and leave a comment with the weapon that you want to see reviewed next on this channel. Now, the JS2 is the last PDW that you unlock in the progression through the personal defense weapons, and I will say it's not really anything to be too excited about. I would say that the second last PDW is definitely much more of an exciting gun than this weapon. This gun it's okay. There isn't really anything wrong with it, I will say, but it doesn't really shine in any one particular area, and it's not the kind of weapon that is kind of okay in every area, making it very versatile. It's just kind of, overall, in my opinion, a little subpar for a few reasons. Now, the first thing that I would like to point out about the JS2 is the rate of fire on this weapon, as it comes in at 900 rounds per minute, which is a very high rate of fire and a very competitive rate of fire at that. But the thing is, you only do 20 damage maximum with this weapon. Now, to put that into perspective, let's think about the AEK assault rifle for a second, which also fires at 900 rounds per minute. The difference is that the AEK does 25 damage maximum as opposed to the 20 maximum damage of the JS2. Now, that is a very significant difference, as that is the difference between a 4-shot kill and a 5-shot kill, which is huge when it comes to time to kill. The time to kill on the JS2 is much higher than that of the AEK, and to give you a weapon that the time to kill on the JS2 is more comparable to, let's talk about the AK-12. Now, the time to kill on the AK-12 is not quite the same, but extremely similar to that of the JS2. And if you remember the AK-12 at all, it is not really a great weapon up close. In fact, it's a bad weapon up close, some might even say. So the JS2, well, 900 rounds per minute sounds great. In reality, with that 20 maximum damage, the time to kill up close really isn't anything incredible. And like a lot of the PDWs, the recoil on this weapon is reasonably high. It's nothing new, but it is definitely annoying when you are trying to kill people at any sort of range, as that recoil makes your shots very hard to control, and as your time to kill is not really that great to begin with, it makes killing guys that aren't right in front of you a bit of a hassle. And I wouldn't really say that this gun excels in the mid-range and long range at all. It is definitely designed for close range. I know some of the PDWs I've had luck with at the mid-range, but this weapon is definitely only suited to close quarters combat. And another thing to note about this weapon is that we aren't able to equip any sort of underbarrel attachment due to the design of the weapon, which is not the end of the world, but the first shot recoil on this weapon is very high at a 2.5 times multiplier. So I would love to put a angled grip or a folding grip on this weapon, but that simply isn't possible. So that's one thing that makes this weapon just a little bit less desirable, due to that we can't negate any sort of recoil with those underbarrel attachments. But it's not the end of the world, but I will say it was a little on the annoying side. Now, I've said a lot of bad things about this gun, but don't worry, there are some good things about this gun, definitely. I've just saved the best for last, so to speak. Now, the magazine size on this weapon holds 51 rounds, which is huge. Most automatic weapons, assault rifles, PDWs, carbines, they only hold around 30 rounds. So having 50 rounds is awesome, especially with the fact that we are firing at 900 rounds per minute. You just chew through ammo so quickly. But with 51 rounds in the chamber, it is very easy to take out 2, 3, maybe even 4 guys, depending on how lucky you are, because that is one thing that is definitely very important when deciding if a gun is effective, is how many enemies you can kill with one magazine. And this weapon is definitely good at killing multiple enemies with one magazine for sure. Now, another great thing about this weapon is the hipfire spread, which is very amazing. So couple that with a laser sight, and then you are firing at 900 rounds per minute, you have 51 rounds in the chamber, you are just a close quarters machine when it comes to hip firing. You can go in, take out multiple enemies, and you don't even have to aim down sights, making this weapon extremely effective when it comes to hip firing in a close quarters environment. It might even rival the P90 as far as hip fire goes. I haven't really done a detailed test, but the hip fire on this weapon is definitely something that you don't want to laugh about. So overall, the JS2 is really awesome at close quarters, but for the most part, in the broader aspect of things, it doesn't really have that wide of a use. So overall, I would say it's not the greatest weapon to be using unless you want to do strictly hipfire, strictly close quarters. So guys, that just about wraps up today's weapon review of the JS2 PDW. And guys, with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.